Good afternoon. It's June the 29th, 2016. Time to wrap up another day of trading. We came in today with an upward bias. We were hoping to buy the 35 to 37 area. We quickly had to raise that. The market was just up. When that green line crossed at 7:55 Eastern, it's been straight up all day long except for this little blip right here. So there was one trading opportunity from the short side and you would have lost because the market's in an uptrend. It's the way that it is. Now, one of the things that I want to point out to you is that you've got access to, if a low volume number comes out, and it did, and we started trading above it right there, the next stop is this high volume number, the attractor. We don't know how long it's going to take. We just know that it's going to get there. So next stop based on structure is going to be the 6750 area, 67 even. But what we do know is where the market is going before the fact, and that can really help you in the exiting or establishment of new positions or old positions, whatever the case might be. Every trade that I take in the room, not every trade, but damn near every trade that I take in the room that is wrong, comes from I'm short above the blue line or I'm long below the blue line. And our bias was to the upside today. Why? End of the month, end of the quarter, heading into a 3-day weekend. Short squeeze, whatever you want to call it. But the dynamics and the tendencies are to trade higher into the end of the month, end of the quarter, end of the year, semi-annual close, into 3-day weekends. So the idea was there is find a place to get long. Retest failure, 10-minute trade right here. And you all know exactly when I do where these price points are, where these levels are, which trade is kicking off. That buy works. This buy works, not for a hell of a lot. That buy works. Again, not for a hell of a lot. The trick was to buy the opening and disappear. That buy works. There is no trade on that buy because we don't take out that bar's high. That's your one loser if you took that. It closed below the blue line. Breaking that bar's low would have you short right here on this bar. And that was clearly a loser. We're back above the blue line. This buy works. That buy works. This buy, at least a scratch. And that buy. So what made you money today? Trading with the trend. Now we've had what, 2-3 days of trending in the E-mini, which makes it a much easier animal to trade than we've been experiencing up until the Brexit vote. So again, the trend is your friend. You want to trade with them. Remember, your last trade to the long side is going to be a loser, and your last trade to the short side is going to be a loser because ultimately the market will change directions. So you're looking at one loss at the end of a move, both long and short. That's not so bad. So what's the E-mini going to tell us? Find a place to buy it tomorrow. Look at the F1 screen. Higher low, higher high. Find a place to buy it. The attractor's 88 right up there on the F1 screen. Get through that 6750. That's the next structural stop. On the F2 screen, there's London. There's the financial session. And there is the day session. Everything, volume is moving higher in each one of these distributions. So this F2 screen says find a place to buy it. If the market were to close right now, we've got this low volume number at 76.50. We've got a high volume number at 70. So if the market were to close right now, 69.71 would be sell 1. Might see that in London. Then 75 to 80 would be sell 2. On the buy side, 55.57, buy 1. And then basically 45 to 50 would be buy 2. Have some news tomorrow. Jobless claims 266. That's the major news factor. Chicago PMI 50.5, and then natural gas inventories. And last week they put in 62B. Don't know what that is. We'll get a swag tomorrow for that. But our bias will be to the upside starting out tomorrow. And then on Friday it'll be to the upside too because of the 3-day weekend. Okay, for those of you that, if you're traders and you don't want to miss the trading action, the best time to go on vacation are the first 2 weeks of July, the last week of August, between Christmas and New Year's. Things can get pretty darn slow starting next week. Those with kids usually vacation around July the 4th. Those without kids, the second week. France is off into their national holiday on July the 14th. Okay, lower high, lower low, find a place to sell it. We had a B on F2. We finished weak. Again, don't think they can break the market, but put all this together. Left click on G. Where do I know how to split? Go the longest line of letters, left click. There's your start of your distribution down. Got a low volume number down here at 25.5, so the 24.28 is going to be the first little band of support. And we'll see how that plays out. On this screen, you've got a B behind it. And anybody can see this OB. If I had to do something at the market, what would I do right now? I'd be short to see if I could take out 33.02. And eventually we do. So our first buy, 24.28. And then second buy, 17 to 21. 31 to 03, sell 1. This is for London. Then 7 to 11, sell 2. Looking at the 30-year. Okay, we are at support 16. We had this breakout down here at 10. We're at 19, so 12 to 16 is going to be the first area of support. So 5 to 9 buy 1. 01s to 29s buy 2. Now, Treasuries can sell into a 3-day weekend. I'm not as confident that Treasuries are going to find buyers tomorrow as I am, and on Friday as I am on the stock indexes. It's the way that it is. Okay, the spill was from 28, so 24 to 28, number 1. First sell 31 to 03. And then right into this high volume. I'm going to make it 11 to 15. Try to get that second trade on. Above volume. Might be wishful thinking. Okay, looking at gold. Higher low, higher high, we can buy it. At the F2 screen. Pretty square distribution, leaning P. We've rejected prices above 29 for sure. We're at 24, so 28 to 30, sell 1. 35, 37, sell 2. On the buy side, 19 to 21, buy 1. 15 to 17. So we're trying to buy 15s to 20s, and we'd like to sell 30s to 35s when you get right down to it. Crude hit 50 bucks. Okay, now the trade today, we were wrong yesterday. We've been wrong twice now over the last couple of 3 weeks on our 1427 trade because it had rallied into the 1427 bar's close right here. The trade was to sell the close on the 1427 bar. It's usually good for about 20 cents. After that, we've done something more than right. So on this one, you'd have been short in the 80-83 area on the close, and so far we traded down to 41. So there was more than 20 cents for you on this particular trade. But that trade again, it's worth looking at if you can handle that. I mean, the only dynamic that you're trading is that it's rallied all day into the close. We're sellers. It's sold all day into the close. We're buyers on the 1427 bars close. Pretty damn simple idea, and it will put money in the account. Much higher high and definitely a higher low. So F1 says find a place to buy it. 50 bucks is one of those numbers that you can sell. Why? Because it's 50 bucks. It's a round market number. It can stop activity. We've rejected prices above 49.80. So the market were to close right here. We're selling 75s to 50s. Then 25s to 50s for sell 2. On the buy side, 48.75, 49, buy 1. Let them get stops beneath this low right there. You could come in at 49.12, 15 on a limit buy, first time out in London. See what happens. And 48.50, 48.25. And the euro. Europe has lost a nice big, the European Union, influx of cash, to the tune of about, I think it said 35 million euros a day. Several billion, 16, 17 billion dollars over the course of the year is what England pays for the privilege of being a member of the EU. And naturally, they'd rather not pay that. So here we are, higher low, higher high. We can trade higher tomorrow, but my guess is we probably don't. I think the market will look for a place to sell it. Definitely a P. We have rejected prices above 58. We had a 60 to 70 was our number 2 sell today. We're currently at 33, so 50 to 60, sell 1. 75, sell 2. On the buy side, we were hoping to buy 111 even. So 11.25, buy 1. It's really, really close. Don't really like that. Then 111 even, buy 2. Could live with that. 111 even somebody would cover their shorts against that. We would get a bounce. And that's it for June 29th, 2016. I will see you bright and early in the morning. You all have a great evening. I'm out of here.